All right, so are you ready to dive into the kind of crazy world of luxury consignment?
Let's do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking at the RealReal,
Okay.
which is this super popular platform for buying and selling all those like really sought after designer pieces that everybody wants.
Right.
And, our listeners are super interested in figuring out how to turn their closets into like money-making machines.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be taking some tips and tricks from this guide
Okay.
called 1,000 Ways to Hustle the Real Real.
That sounds promising.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to like uncover the secrets to being successful on the Real Real.
Okay.
And I think we're going to find some pretty surprising things along the way.
I think so too.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what is it about the Real Real that's so appealing to people?
Well, I think the RealReal's appeal is its focus on luxury.
Okay.
It's all about those high-end designer brands, the
Oh.
kind that make fashion lovers just like drool.
Right, yeah.
This curated selection is really a major draw for buyers and sellers.
Okay.
And it creates a marketplace where quality and craftsmanship are like the most important things.
So we're not talking about just like any old handbag here.
No.
This is like the realm of Chanel, Gucci, Prada.
Right?
Like those big names that everybody knows.
Exactly. Those iconic
Yeah.
luxury brands.
Yeah. But with the Real Real,
Yeah.
you get that like luxurious experience
do.
without the super high price tag.
Right, exactly. And I think a big part of that trust comes from their authentication process.
Yeah.
They have a whole team of experts who just meticulously inspect each item to make sure that it's authentic.
Okay.
And we're talking about checking everything, like the materials, the stitching, logos, serial numbers, even the packaging.
Wait, seriously?
Yes,
They inspect the packaging?
they do.
Wow.
Very thorough.
Yeah, I guess when you're dealing with these high-end brands, like every detail matters.
Yes, every detail matters.
So what are those authenticators looking for?
Okay, well, each brand will have its own unique set of markers.
Okay.
Like, for example, with Louis Vuitton, you'd look for things like the date code, the heat stamp, and then the specific type of leather and hardware used.
Wow, okay.
The authenticators are trained to spot even like the slightest inconsistency that could point to a counterfeit.
Okay.
It's really like a forensic investigation, but for fashion.
That's really cool.
It is.
So no sneaking in any knockoffs, I guess.
Definitely not. No, selling counterfeit items on the RealReal is a very serious offense.
Right.
You can get your account suspended,
Oh, wow.
and there could even be legal consequences.
Okay.
So honesty is really the best policy here.
All right, so let's say we've got some authentic designer pieces that we're ready to part with.
Okay.
How does the consignment process actually work?
Well, the RealReal operates on a consignment model,
Okay.
which means that you still own your items until they sell.
Okay.
You can think of it as like partnering with them.
Okay.
You provide the luxury goods, they'll handle everything else.
Okay.
Photography, listing creation, shipping, customer service, you name it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
So it's a pretty hands-off approach for the seller.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty appealing.
Very much so.
But I'm guessing there's fees involved, right?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
The RealReal takes a commission on each sale,
Okay.
but typically there aren't any upfront fees to consign.
Okay.
The commission structure is tiered,
Okay.
meaning that the percentage that they take depends on the selling price of your item
Okay.
and your seller level in their rewards program.
Okay, so the higher the selling price, the higher the commission for the RealReal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it. But what about that rewards program?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
It's designed to incentivize sellers.
Okay.
So as you sell more, you level up,
Mhm.
unlocking perks like higher commission rates and early access to sales.
Okay.
So the more you sell, the more you can potentially earn.
So it's like a loyalty program for luxury resellers?
Right.
That's pretty cool. I have to admit, I'm a little confused about the tiered commission structure.
Okay.
Does that mean like the longer an item sits unsold, the less I make from it?
No, that's a common misconception.
Okay.
While it's true that the commission percentage can decrease over time, it's designed to encourage quick sales,
Okay.
which benefits you, the seller, and the RealReal.
Got it.
They are incentivized to get your items in front of the right buyers
Right.
as quickly as possible.
All right, that makes a lot more sense.
Good.
Okay, so before we send off our designer treasures to the RealReal,
Yeah.
what are some things that we can do
Okay.
to make sure they really stand out
Yes.
and attract those buyers?
Well, presentation is key.
Okay.
Remember, you're competing with other sellers offering similar items.
Right.
Think about it from a buyer's perspective. Would you be more drawn to a pristine handbag with like polished hardware or one that looks a little neglected?
Definitely the one that looks like it's been taken care of.
Right, exactly.
So what are some tips for making our like pre-loved luxury look its absolute best?
Cleaning is crucial. Thoroughly clean your items,
Okay.
remove any stains or scuffs, and make any like minor repairs
Okay.
if necessary. And if you have the original packaging, dust it off, include it.
Ooh, okay.
That adds an extra touch of luxury and authenticity.
Right, so it's all about creating that, like, new impression.
Yes, it is.
Do you think it's worth investing in things like shoe polish or leather conditioner?
Yeah, I think it can definitely make a difference.
Okay.
A little TLC can go a long way in attracting buyers
Okay.
and potentially increasing the selling price.
Okay.
Remember, you're showcasing these items as luxury goods,
Right.
so they need to live up to that expectation.
They got to look the part.
They do.
Okay, so we've got our cleaning supplies ready.
Yes.
Packaging's pristine.
Good.
And our designer pieces are looking their best.
Excellent.
Now, what else can we do to, like, maximize our earning potential on the RealReal?
Okay.
Spill the tea. What are the secrets?
Okay, well, one often overlooked strategy is taking advantage of the RealReal's site credit option. When you opt for site credit instead of a direct cash payout,
Okay.
you often receive a bonus, which can be a significant boost to your earnings.
Really?
Yes.
So it's like getting extra money to spend on more designer things.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds dangerous for my bank account, but also very tempting.
I understand.
Okay, what other sneaky strategies do we need to know about?
Well, the RealReal offers a seller dashboard
Okay.
where you can track your sales, manage your listings, and communicate with the RealReal team.
Okay.
Utilize this dashboard to your advantage.
Okay.
You can monitor your sales, keep an eye on pricing trends, and stay informed about any promotions or special events
Gotcha.
that might impact your earnings.
So knowledge is power when it comes to the RealReal.
Absolutely.
We need to be informed and proactive.
Yes.
Okay, well, we've been talking about selling things from our own closets.
Right.
What about sourcing things specifically for resale?
Okay.
Like, where do those people find these hidden gems?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, tell me.
One popular strategy is exploring estate sales.
State sales?
Yes.
Okay.
They can be a treasure trove of luxury finds, often at a fraction of their original retail price.
Wow.
Think vintage Chanel suits,
Okay.
Hermes scarves, and even rare designer handbags
Okay.
that have been tucked away for decades.
Okay, I can already picture myself, like,
I know, it's so fun.
shifting through vintage designer pieces and, like, uncovering hidden treasure.
It's such a rush.
It sounds really fun, but honestly, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Okay, well, timing is key.
Okay.
When it comes to estate sales, you want to get there early
Okay.
to beat the crowds and have first pick of the best items.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to haggle.
Okay.
Estate sale organizers are often open to negotiating prices,
Okay.
especially towards the end of the sale.
Okay, so it's like early bird gets the worm and, like,
Exactly.
art of the
right.
deal all mixed into one.
Exactly.
But honestly, I'm a little intimidated by the thought of having to authenticate items on the spot.
Okay, I understand.
What if I miss something?
Well, it's always best to do your research beforehand.
Okay.
Familiarize yourself with the brands and styles you're interested in.
Okay.
And learn those key authentication markers.
Okay.
If you're unsure about an item, take photos and consult online resources.
Okay.
Or even professional authentication services later.
Okay, good tip.
Yeah,
So it's all about being prepared,
absolutely.
knowing what to look for.
Yes.
Besides estate sales,
Yeah.
what are some other places where we could source luxury items?
Mm-hmm.
What about thrift stores?
Thrift stores can be a bit more hit or miss.
Okay.
It's definitely more challenging to find authentic luxury items in those settings,
Okay.
and it requires all of expertise in authentication.
Yeah.
You really need to be able to spot those subtle details
Yeah.
that differentiate a genuine designer piece from a clever fake.
So it's like a real high-stakes game of fashion detective.
It is.
You really got to be on your A game.
You do.
What if we're feeling extra daring?
Okay.
Could we try our luck on online marketplaces?
Online marketplaces like eBay or Poshmark
Yeah.
could be another option,
Okay.
but I would proceed with extreme caution.
Right.
The risk of encountering counterfeit islands is significantly higher there.
Okay.
If you do choose to go that route,
Mm.
thorough research, detailed photos, and asking the right questions are essential.
So it's a bit of a gamble,
It is,
but with the right knowledge and a healthy dose of skepticism,
yes.
we might stumble upon a hidden
I
gem.
might.
Okay, so if we're serious about this sourcing game,
Yeah,
we need to become like authentication gurus.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
Spot a fake a mile away.
right. Well, knowledge is power.
Okay.
When it comes to authenticating luxury items,
Yeah.
there are so many online resources, forums, and communities dedicated to helping you learn the tricks of the trade.
Yeah, so it's like getting a crash course in luxury forensics.
It is.
Right.
Yes.
We're going to be fashion detectives,
All right.
uncovering the signals hidden within every stitch and logo.
Exactly.
So cool.
Yeah, and remember, for high-value items, it's always worth considering considering professional authentication services.
Okay.
For that extra layer of assurance,
Yeah.
you don't want to risk your reputation or hard-earned money on a fake.
Right.
So be careful.
Okay, so we've got our authentication game down.
Good.
But there's one more factor I think we need to consider.
Okay, what's that?
Timing.
Okay.
Is there a best time to list certain items?
Well, seasonality definitely plays a role.
Okay.
Think about it. Coats and boots are going to be in higher demand during the colder months.
Right.
Swimsuits and sandals are going to be hot sellers in the summer.
So we got to channel our inner fashion meteorologist and anticipate those changing seasons.
You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And keep an eye on current trends.
Yes.
So if like a particular designer or style is having a major moment,
Yeah.
that's the perfect time to list those items.
Absolutely. Capitalize on the hype.
Okay, folks, that's a wrap for part 1 of our deep dive into the world of the real hustling.
Great.
We've covered a ton of ground today, from authentication and consignment
Yeah.
to presentation and even strategic sourcing.
Good.
But there's still so much more to uncover.
Right.
In part 2, we'll delve even deeper into advanced hustling techniques, marketing strategies,
Okay.
and even tips for navigating the emotional side of selling pre-loved luxury.
I'm looking forward to it.
So grab your metaphorical magnifying glasses
Okay.
and get ready to level up your real game.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the real.
Okay.
So now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some advanced hustling techniques.
Okay.
To really maximize our earnings.
All right. I'm happy to share some insider strategies.
Okay, awesome.
Remember how we talked about the importance of presentation in part 1?
Yeah.
That's just the beginning.
Okay.
To truly stand out on the RealReal and attract those really discerning buyers, you need to think like a marketer.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What does marketing have to do with selling pre-loved luxury?
Everything. Think of your RealReal listings as mini advertisements. For your items, you need to grab attention, highlight key selling points, and create a sense of desire.
So it's not enough to just snap a quick photo?
No.
And write a basic description?
No, not at all.
We need to put on our marketing hats.
Yes.
And really sell those designer pieces.
You got to sell it.
Okay.
Let's start with photography.
Okay.
High quality, well-lit photos are absolutely essential.
Okay.
Use natural lighting whenever possible.
Okay.
And make sure your items are clean, wrinkle-free,
Okay.
and styled in an appealing way.
So no blurry selfies taken in a dimly lit closet?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, you want to showcase them in the best possible light, literally.
Yeah, literally. Okay.
Yeah.
But what about descriptions? Are there any secrets to writing descriptions that really entice writers
Yes.
and make them click that buy now button?
Absolutely. Think about what makes your item special.
Okay.
Is it a rare vintage piece?
Okay.
Does it have a unique history?
Okay.
Highlight those details in your description.
Okay.
Use descriptive language that evokes emotion
Okay.
and creates a sense of luxury.
Okay.
Don't forget to include keywords
Right.
that buyers might use to search for similar items.
Okay. So we're telling a story, not just listing features.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're painting a picture with words
Yeah.
and making those designer pieces come to life for potential buyers.
Okay. So once we've created those super compelling listings,
Yes.
we need to get them in front of the right audience.
Right.
And that's where social media comes in.
That is where social media comes in. Yes.
Okay.
Share your listing on your personal profiles.
Okay.
Join relevant Facebook groups or online forums.
Okay.
And engage with potential buyers.
So it's all about getting social and spreading the word about our designer treasures.
Yes, exactly.
But honestly, I'm not really a social media guru.
Okay, well, just be authentic. Share your passion for fashion. Highlight your unique finds.
Okay.
Engage with your followers in a genuine way.
Okay.
You can even offer styling tips or create behind-the-scenes content that gives people a glimpse into your real journey.
Okay.
The more you connect with people, the more likely they are to check out your listings
Gotcha.
and potentially become buyers.
So it's not just about spanning our followers with product photos.
Yeah.
It's about building a community.
Right.
And sharing our love of fashion.
Exactly.
Okay, you mentioned earlier that the RealReal has that rewards program for sellers.
Yeah.
What are the perks of leveling up in that program?
Okay, well, as you progress through the tiers of the rewards program, you unlock a range of exclusive benefits.
Okay, like what?
Like early access to sales,
Ooh.
invitations to special events.
Ooh, fun.
And even personalized support from
Okay.
a dedicated luxury manager.
Wait, a luxury manager?
Yes.
What is that?
Okay, so think of them as your personal concierge for the RealReal.
Okay.
They can provide personalized advice on pricing,
Okay.
help you curate your listings, and even assist with sourcing new inventory.
Right.
It's like having a fashion expert on your team.
That sounds amazing.
It is a pretty sweet deal.
So if we really want to take our real hustling to like the next level,
Yeah.
we need to aim for that top tier
Yes.
in the rewards program
I've got it.
and snag ourselves a luxury manager.
Yes, it can definitely be a game changer.
Okay.
But remember, even if you're just starting out,
Yeah.
The RealReal offers excellent customer service and support.
Okay.
Their team is always available to answer questions, provide guidance,
Mm-hmm.
and help you navigate the platform.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that we're not alone in this process.
You're not.
But let's be honest, selling pre-loved luxury isn't always about like strategy
Right.
and profits.
No.
Sometimes it can be a little bit emotional.
Yes, it can.
Especially when we're parting with items that hold like sentimental value for us.
I understand. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's natural to feel a sense of attachment to certain items.
Yeah.
Especially those that have been part of like special moments or memories.
Exactly. Like I'm a self-proclaimed sentimental hoarder.
Okay.
Like I have a hard time letting go of things even if I know I'll never wear them again.
I understand it can be tough,
Yep.
but sometimes holding on to things can prevent us from like fully embracing the present and creating space for new experiences.
Okay.
Think of it this way, by consigning those sentimental items on the RealReal,
Hmm.
you're giving them a second life and allowing someone else to create their own memories with them.
That's a beautiful way to look at it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like passing on the torch of style and memories to a new generation
Exactly.
of fashion lovers.
Yes.
What about those items that we're just not ready to part with yet?
Okay.
Is it okay to like hold on to those for a while?
Of course it is.
Okay.
It's your journey. You should do what feels right for you. There's
Okay.
no rush.
Okay.
Maybe those items will eventually find their way to the RealReal,
Mhm.
or maybe they'll stay in your closet,
Yeah.
serving as cherished reminders of special times.
Okay. That's reassuring.
Good.
I'm glad to know we don't have to force ourselves to let go of everything at once.
Right.
But I'm still a little curious about this emotional side of selling pre-loved luxury.
Okay.
Is there anything else we can do to make the process feel less daunting
Yeah.
or overwhelming?
Absolutely. One helpful tip is to focus on the positive aspects of consigning
Okay.
instead of dwelling on the fact that you're parting with something.
Yeah.
Think about the opportunities that selling those items can create.
Hmm.
Maybe the money you earn will allow you to invest in a new experience,
Okay.
donate to a cause you care about,
Okay.
or simply treat yourself to something special.
So it's about shifting our perspective
It is.
and focusing on the possibilities rather than the loss.
Exactly.
Okay.
And remember, you're not alone in this journey. The RealReal has a vast community of sellers who've likely experienced similar emotions.
Right.
Don't be afraid to connect with other sellers.
Okay.
Share your experiences and seek support.
Okay. That makes me feel a lot better.
Good.
Before we move on, I wanted to touch on something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The RealReal's Obsessions Report.
Yes.
What exactly is that?
It's a fascinating glimpse
Okay.
into the trends that are driving the luxury resale market.
Okay.
They analyze their data to identify the most sought-after brands, styles, and items.
Okay.
It provides valuable insights for both buyers and sellers.
So it's like a fashion crystal ball.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
You can peek into the future of trends and see what's going to be hot.
That's so cool.
It is fun.
Tell me more.
Okay, well, for example, their recent report highlighted the increasing popularity
Okay.
of vintage and pre-owned luxury handbags.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Those like iconic styles never really go out of style.
Right, exactly. They're timeless.
Yeah. Okay, what about beyond the handbags?
Yeah.
Were there any other trends that like surprised you?
One notable trend is the growing demand for sustainable fashion.
Okay.
Buyers are becoming more conscious of the environmental impact
Right.
of their choices.
Yeah.
And the RealReal's focus on circularity and extending the life cycle of luxury goods aligns perfectly with this movement.
So it's not just about looking good, it's about doing good too.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about menswear?
Yeah.
Does the RealReal cater to men's luxury fashion as well?
Absolutely, they do.
Okay.
The RealReal has seen a significant increase in demand for men's luxury fashion,
Okay.
particularly streetwear sneakers and vintage watches.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, it's a growing market.
So there's like a whole world of pre-loved luxury out there for everyone,
There is.
regardless of like gender
Right.
or style preferences.
Exactly.
This is incredible.
It's very cool, and it's constantly evolving.
Like-
That's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
There's always something new to discover.
Yeah.
And new opportunities to explore.
I feel like I'm finally starting to grasp like
Good.
the complexities and nuances of the RealReal hustle.
That's great.
But I have a confession about it. As much as I love the idea of turning my pre-loved luxury into profit,
Yeah.
a part of me still feels a little sentimental.
I understand, right?
Yeah, it's okay to feel sentimental.
Okay, all right. So welcome back to the final part of our real deep dive.
Okay.
So we've covered a lot of ground, right? From authentication to marketing and even like delved into the emotional side of consigning, but I know you probably still have some questions. Probably right. Yeah, it's time to tackle those like lingering doubts and address any concerns that you might have so we can clear the air and make sure you feel totally confident about like diving into the world of the real real.
Perfect. So let's get right to it.
Okay.
One of the things that I've been wondering about is what happens if my items don't sell?
Okay.
Like we've talked about all these strategies,
Right.
but what if they just end up sitting there for months?
Right. Well, that's a valid concern. The good news is the RealReal gives you options if an item doesn't sell after a certain period, usually around a year.
Okay.
You can choose to have it returned you donate it to charity through their partnership with Give Back Box, or you can have them reduce the price further to encourage a sale.
Okay. So my beloved designer pieces won't be lost in some virtual purgatory.
No, they won't.
Okay. I still have control over what happens to them.
You do.
That's a relief. Okay. But what about returns?
Okay.
It makes sense that buyers might change their minds, especially when they're shopping online.
Absolutely. The RealReal understands that, and they have a pretty detailed return policy to protect both buyers and sellers.
Okay.
They offer a full refund if an item isn't as described or it arrives damaged.
Okay.
But they also have rules in place to prevent returns just because someone changes their mind, like it has to be a valid reason.
So I don't have to worry about someone returning a handbag just because they decided they'd rather have a different color?
No, exactly.
Okay.
The RealReal has a dedicated team to handle returns and make sure that everything is fair.
Okay.
So they investigate any issues and they make a decision based on their policies.
Okay. That takes a lot of the stress out of the process.
Yeah.
Another thing I've been thinking about is shipping.
Okay.
We're talking about valuable items here.
Right.
What happens if something gets lost or damaged in transit?
Yeah, I understand your concern. The RealReal takes shipping very seriously. They use reputable carriers like FedEx and UPS, and all shipments are fully insured.
Okay.
So you are protected if something unexpected happens.
Okay, that definitely puts my mind at ease.
Good.
It seems like the RealReal has thought of everything to make this a really smooth and secure experience for both buyers and sellers.
They really have. They've done a great job.
But even with all those safeguards in place, I can't help but feel a little apprehensive about letting go of some of my designer pieces.
Okay.
I think saying goodbye to a part of my fashion history.
Right. I hear you. Letting go of items, especially those that hold sentimental value, can be tough.
Yeah.
But remember what we talked about earlier, sometimes letting go can be really liberating.
Right?
It allows you to embrace new possibilities.
Yeah.
And create space for new experiences.
You're right. And maybe the money that I make from selling those items can fund a new adventure like a trip to Paris to refresh my wardrobe.
Exactly. Or maybe you'll discover a new passion or invest in something that brings you even more joy.
Right.
Selling on the RealReal can be a catalyst for positive change in your life, both financially and emotionally.
This has been such an eye-opening experience. I feel like I've gained a whole new perspective on the world of luxury consignment. What started as a simple curiosity about turning my closet into a potential moneymaker has transformed into a deeper understanding of sustainability, conscious consumerism, and even personal growth.
Yeah, it's amazing how intertwined all of those things can be. The RealReal is more than just a marketplace. It's a platform that promotes mindful consumption and empowers individuals to make choices that align with their values.
Absolutely, and it's given me a newfound appreciation for the stories behind these designer pieces.
Yeah.
They're not just objects, they're representations of craftsmanship, creativity, personal style.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, and by consigning them on the RealReal, you're giving those stories a chance to continue. You're allowing someone else to experience the joy and the beauty of these items while also making a conscious choice to support a more sustainable fashion industry.
Exactly.
Wow, that's really powerful.
It is.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to thank you for sharing your expertise and your insights. It's been an incredible journey filled with valuable tips, thought-provoking conversations, and even a few laughs along the way.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I hope this deep dive has empowered you to approach the RealReal with confidence and excitement. And remember, knowledge is power, and now you have the tools to navigate this world like a pro.
Absolutely. So to our listeners, it's time to unlock those closets and embrace the possibilities. Whether you're looking to declutter, earn some extra cash, or simply explore the fascinating world of luxury consignment, the RealReal is waiting for you. And remember, as you embark on your RealReal journey, keep learning, stay curious, and most importantly, have fun.